we have to do a lot more. And we got to start with Donald Trump.
What do you mean?
Well, he's got to be in there because he's going to go after the traffickers.
Do you think he would? Do you think he understands that?
We were with him last night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
so he's going to be moved to do something. I didn't know that.
Oh,
He was in
he's
tears last night.
This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses. Pharaoh, let my children go free.
All right. I did not know that was an impressive screening at Bedminster, I guess.
Yeah.
I was off last week, so didn't get the chance to cover the box office mania that was the release of Oppenheimer and Barbie. But I'm back, and the right is still talking about movies. Barbie specifically, as well as another sleeper success, The Sound of Freedom, which came out a few weeks prior. So I haven't seen the movie, but I have seen enough to glean that it is being heavily championed by the far right for its anti-trafficking message and its theatrical rollout outside of the Hollywood system. And like it or not, those are two good things. Human trafficking is definitely an evil that very much exists in our society, and as the actors and writers continue their months-long strike against the Hollywood studio system, having channels and methods of releasing movies outside of that system will be crucial to breaking the hold these monstrous studios have on the content that we watch. But then you see interviews like this one on Fox with actor Jim Caviezel, who famously played Jesus Christ in Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ and won't let anyone forget it. Between that off-putting comparison to The Messiah and revealing that Trump screened the film last night, Sound of Freedom starts to take on a whole new vibe. You can see the life drain from Brian Kilmeade's eyes as he realizes the star and producer of the film are not never Trumpers, but in fact seem to be riding the MAGA train hard. And if you've been following the rollout of the film, it says more about Kilmeade being a terrible journalist than anything else, as the ties between Sound of Freedom and the Trump campaign are very strong. Caviezel went on both Steve Bannon and Steve Miller's podcasts to promote it. But that promotion, for many right-wing talking heads, is not enough.
We have set politics aside and let our imagination go free in watching Hollywood's movies. I think of movies that Tom Hanks has done, maybe Steven Spielberg. Where are these people now? There's a strike going on in Hollywood. They've got nothing to do. Why are they not speaking out about this very important independent movie?
Here's Kari Lake berating Hollywood moguls for not doing more to celebrate the Sound of Freedom. And not to give her any credit where it's not due, but on the surface, she does have a point. As I said, we should be championing films made outside the traditional Hollywood structures. But there's this darkness to what Lake is saying here that I can't quite shake. It's hard not to infer that she's suggesting something very sinister about these Hollywood bigwigs and what their silence about Sound of Freedom says. Something that QAnon people have been floating for years, that Hollywood is a cabal of sex offenders. It's a serious, huge accusation that many people just don't take seriously, but as this movie is gaining ground, people like Lake are going out there and sort of casually making these inferences. Never mind that Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg see and support literally hundreds of movies a year, movies that are, let's say, a little bit higher in artistic quality than The Sound of Freedom. And again, although it's great that truly independent films are succeeding, we can't fall into this trap people like Lake are clearly setting, that the strike is the opportunity to fund movies with an alt-right bent. That's not what's happening with the strike. It's corruption, yes, but not corruption in the way MAGA morons like Kari Lake seem to think is lurking around every corner. And despite the fact that there has been big success with The Sound of Freedom this summer, we can't let that film's success take away what the members of SAG and the WGA are actually fighting for. For more of my coverage on The Breakdown, stay right here. You can watch my latest video on Fox News melting down over the word Karen by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.